Hello, my name is Torre. I'm so glad that you've chosen to listen to this video, watch this video on today. I believe that the next 60 minutes are going to be a great moment of motivation. It's going to be something that's going to propel you to a greater level of success. Let me give you a brief introduction about myself. I am Torre Stalker, born and raised in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm a lifelong learner. What that means is that I choose to get as much information and education as possible while I can. I've always been taught to get all you can and can all you get. So I'm one, when it comes to education, my mother was a teacher. So she taught me to get as much information as I can and education. I have my bachelor's in business, I have my master's in business, and I'm currently working on my doctoral in business. So when I say I've been in school all my life, I've been in school all my life. Now at the same time, my grandparents used to have a way of preserving fruits and vegetables. They used to put them in cans, put them in Ziploc bags. We used to snap peas, used to crack pecans, and put them in the freezer for the rainy day experience or for those moments where we possibly didn't have the money to spend on things we may have wanted. So what that taught me was to can all I get. So I use that philosophy in every area of life. I am a wife. I'm not a wife. I'm a husband. I have a wife at home. I have two children. One is 17 and one is 2 years old, a son and a daughter. I am so appreciative of the support that they give me, and I hope that something I say on today pushes you to achieve and attain more greatness and more success in life. Now, today's lesson is about 7 keys to build big vision. 7 keys to build big vision. I want you on today to make sure you have your handout, make sure you have your notes ready, because I'm going to give you 7 keys to make your vision much bigger than you've ever thought it could be. Much bigger than you've ever fathomed. Much bigger than you even have in your business plan or on paper right now. So get ready. We're about to talk about 7 keys to build big vision. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, my favorite book in the world is the Bible. I read it every day. I live by it. Now, one of my favorite characters in the Bible is Nehemiah. Nehemiah was one that saw a need. He was walking around the city. He saw that the wall was down. He saw there was rubbish everywhere. He saw that there was a dire need for improvement. How many times have you driven around your city and you've seen the mother pushing a stroller and holding the hand of another child while walking down the street? How many times have you driven around your city or just perused your town and you saw the dilapidated house, or you saw the house that may have been in foreclosure, and you thought to yourself, man, if I had the money or the resources, I would go out and restore that house or rebuild that house? How many times have you been in your city and you saw the group of homeless individuals, and those individuals were seeking out their next meal or seeking out their next place of habitation for the night? That's exactly what Nehemiah was doing. And Nehemiah saw a need, just like you. You know there are needs that your city and your community needs to be better than it already is. Nehemiah saw that there was a need for the wall to be rebuilt in his city. So what Nehemiah did, he went out first and sought the advice of the king or the people that were in control. And from there, he went out and got permission to build this wall. And then just like with anyone that does any type of work or any type of major assignment, he needed help. So he went out and gathered people around him that could help him with building this wall. So that's pretty much the nut case or the whole story that I want to talk to you about today. It's about rebuilding the wall as Nehemiah did, or just building big vision. Everybody say building big vision. Yes, I want a video and telling you what to say to your neighbor. Come on, say it real good. I'm building big vision. So number 1, this is your first key. In order for you to build big vision, number 1, you must have vision. You must have something on your mind, something that keeps you up late at night, something that wakes you up early in the morning. You must have vision. What is that thing that every time you get a free moment to sit back and wonder what you could do, or you get a moment to sit back and just think about different things, what's that one thing that always comes up in your mind? Oh, you think of yourself as the best seamstress, or you think about having the best restaurant, or you think about being the best speaker or motivational speaker or author. That's the thing that's waking you up, and that's the need that has to be fulfilled. So you must have vision. That's the number one thing. Number two, you have to make sure that you establish rapport with the leaders or establish credibility. One thing that Nehemiah did, he went out and he made sure that he connected with somewhat of the councilman, the governor, the mayor, the president of the area. He made sure he went out and reached out to those individuals to make sure that he got permission to do what he was seeking to do. You can't just go out and just see a dilapidated building and go out and say, I want to rebuild that building. And you take your hammer and your screws over there and you want to go build a building. You can't do that. So one thing you have to do is get permission. He sought out protocol, the proper way to go about resolving an issue, and he went out and sought out what's the best way to get this done. And the best way to get it done is to not always just talk to your friends or talk to your family members, but you have to seek people in high positions or in high roles that can simply make it happen. So you need to make sure, number two, that you establish protocol or establish order or establish rapport. All of that can go on that line. Establish rapport with the proper individuals to simply make it happen. Everybody say, make it happen. Number three, it's a twofold answer. That's why you have two lines there. But what you have to do for number three, these are keys to building big vision. Number three, you have to create teams and delegate responsibilities. Create teams and delegate responsibilities. Now, there's one thing I've learned over the years of working with teams. As big as I may be, I've never played sports, never played football, never played basketball. I was strictly always about my academics. But I love sports. I love football. I love basketball. And one thing that I love about it is that each team has specified or designated positions. You have on the football team, you have a quarterback, you have a halfback, you have the offensive line, you have wide receivers on the offensive side. On the defense, you have positions as well. But one thing that they have to do is they have to make sure that on this team, they only fulfill what they're called to do from their position. I've never seen an offensive lineman stand behind the center and throw the ball as the quarterback. I've never seen an offensive lineman line up as a wide receiver unless called upon to do it and try to be a wide receiver. So the key thing here about creating teams and delegating responsibilities is in 4 simple words. Stay in your lane. That is so essential when it comes down to the effectiveness of a team. If you delegate responsibilities the way they need to be done, when you're trying to build this big vision, you won't have lines intersecting. You won't have traffic jams. You won't have people doing things that they're not called to do. If you ever get a chance to read the book of Nehemiah, you will see that he delegated responsibilities amongst every team that was assigned to assist him with building the wall, with building big vision. So as it relates to your big vision, you have to make sure you have a lawyer. Make sure you have an accountant. Make sure you have someone doing PR. Make sure you have someone doing marketing. Same thing with Nehemiah. He charged individuals to only do one specific job in one specific area. So for example, he says, all my hammers and nails, I need you to go over there to the left and hammer the nails. All my screws and screwdrivers, I need you to go to the right and screw drive or drive in the screws. All of my mason guys, we're laying bricks. I need you to make sure that you lay the foundation around the wall so we have a firm foundation. Everyone was called to one specific duty in one specific area. And with that being done, you didn't have hammers trying to knock in screws. You didn't have screwdrivers trying to screw in nails that weren't equipped for that type of machinery. So one thing you had to make sure, the third key, is to create teams. Assign people to specific areas. You're building big vision. Assign individuals to specific areas, and once you have those areas defined, delegate the responsibilities of that area. So number 4, let's go to number 4. This is the fourth key to building big vision. The fourth key to building big vision is beware of vision killers. 2 lines there. Beware of, 2 lines, vision killers. Let me tell you the story. Nehemiah was on the wall, and he understood his assignment. He had already gotten permission. He had already created his teams, and they were at work. One of the best things about the text says that they believed they were doing a great work. So they were at work on the wall. One thing Nehemiah did, he posted up in his position on top of the wall doing his work. Now, just like in everyday life, just like in families and friends, there were individuals that were sent and charged to come in and distract Nehemiah from the work that he was doing. They came in and said, Nehemiah, why are you on that wall doing that work? Why don't you come down here and play with us? Why don't you come down here and let's do something else? Why don't you come down here, let's use our time doing something else? The one thing that Nehemiah realized is that something else won't bring about fulfillment. Can I talk to you about fulfillment? Fulfillment is that thing that allows you to have such a level of peace and happiness that no one can come in and deter you from it. Nehemiah had such a level of fulfillment in the job that he was doing, in the work that he was doing, that he simply told the people and the naysayers and the vision killers that were coming in, I can't come down to where you are because I'm doing a great work up here. I love that. That's the best passage or part of the whole story to me, besides the wall getting done, because he plainly told them, I'm not coming to your level. I'm not coming down low because I'm already up high doing a great work. You have to maintain the mentality that in your assignment, in your vision, as you're building big vision, you have to maintain the thought process and the cognition that what you're doing is a great work. You can't come down. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Don't stop pushing because you're doing a great work. Everyone say, I'm doing a great work. Say it to yourself. Say, I am doing a great work. And you have to believe that for yourself. So that's what we're doing. That's the fourth key. We are being aware. Beware of vision killers. Number 5. The fifth key says to maintain momentum throughout the process. Maintain momentum throughout the process. What this says to me is that if you're going to start something, don't allow yourself to get, number 1, distracted or deterred from the assignment that you know you've been called to. So the same energy, the same excitement that you have going into the project is the same level you have to maintain throughout the project. It's nothing worse than seeing someone with a half-cooked meal. Or it's nothing worse than seeing someone with a half-thought-out outfit. I mean, you start good and then you end up bad. Or nothing worse than seeing someone start on a project and you say, oh my goodness, I can't wait to see the final project. But then when you get to the final day, it looks like day 2. Nehemiah understood that he was building a wall. He understood that he had great, big vision. And he understood that he had to maintain momentum throughout the process. And that goes back to what I said a few minutes ago. The people understood that they were doing a great work. It says it in there. And it says that the people were saying that. We're doing a great work. So that's why they stayed on the wall. That's why they kept building a big vision. That's why they kept doing what they were doing, because they saw their work as great. That's good right there by itself. They saw their work as being great. You have to make sure that as you're going through with your vision, as you're building your dream, you need to be the first partaker, and you need to say and see that you're doing a great work. You need to make sure that you understand that what you're doing is going to make an impact in lives all around you and the world. Don't just think that what you have on the inside of you is only to impact just right where you are, or just to impact on your family and your friends. We're building big vision, and big vision impacts big people, big quantities, big range. So we're looking to go around the world. We're not going to put limits on ourselves. We're not going to brace ourselves for a small impact, but we want to make the big things big and build big vision. So we have to make sure, number 5, that we maintain momentum throughout the process. Number 6, and it all ties together, it's all about building big vision. It's all about maintaining our position. And number 6 says that we have to, it's kind of twofold. We have to believe in the vision and believe in the process. Believe in the vision and believe in the process. I'm going to take on process first. There are a lot of times that we have a lot of vision, we have a lot of ideas, but in most cases, or in some cases, we lack the resources and the tools to get us from where we are to where we really want to be. So my charge to you is that you have to believe in the process. Don't get weary while you're going through the process. Don't get weary while you're going through from day to day and you feel like it's time for you to have a day off. The truth of the matter is this: with the things that are on the inside of you, the things that you are being led to do, the leadership qualities that you have to make sure that you believe in the process, and not just believe in it, but see it all the way through. It's going to take steps. And in most cases, individuals get overwhelmed because they see the big vision. They see the potential, or they see what it can be, but then they get fearful because they get overwhelmed at all of the things that have to be done. But just as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to be able to build this big vision in one day. So systematically and strategically, you have to make sure you map out a plan. Believe in the process. Map out a plan step by step. And the thing about it is this: you don't have to wait until the end to celebrate. After you complete every task, it's time for a party. After you finish step 1, celebrate yourself. Yes, you completed step 1. After you do step 2, take some time. Gather yourself. Pull yourself together and celebrate. Yes, I completed step 2. And once you have that momentum from key number 5, then you can move forward and believe in the process, and you'll see that the process is so much easier than it could have been or would have been had you not systematically and strategically mapped out the steps one by one. I believe if you map it out one by one, you'll see the things happen faster than you could ever imagine. So we're still here. We're still here on the 6th key. The 6th key: believe in the vision, believe in the process. Let's talk about the vision. For years, you want to do that thing. You fill in the blank. For years, you wanted to accomplish that thing. You fill in the blank. But for years, you second-guessed yourself. Now, we're not even talking about vision killers. We're not even talking about people coming up and telling you to stop what you're doing. It's not even about anybody else. It's about your inner self. It's about you fighting you. So what you have to do is stop fighting with yourself. Get to a place to where you understand and you realize the power and the depth of potential on the inside of you and the energy that you bring to a room. When you show up, we know we're going to have a good time. When you show up, we know we're going to laugh. When you show up, we know something is going to happen. But you have to first believe in yourself. You're the visionary. You're the CEO. You're the founder. You are the top dog. I need you to make sure that you believe in the vision just as much as you want other individuals to believe in the vision. So yes, that's our sixth key. Believe in the vision, believe in the process. And this is our seventh key. The seventh key to building big vision is this: start what you finish. Yeah, you got two lines there. Start what you finish. There's nothing worse than someone saying, I want to make you a cake, and they put the cake in the oven, and I remember when I was a child, we ran around the house too hard, the cake would fall, so no one could get any of the cake. Or there's nothing worse than someone saying, I'm going to cook a great meal for you. I keep talking about food because I'm a big guy and I love food. But there's nothing worse than a person saying, I'm going to cook you a great big meal. And when you get off of work, it's going to be ready for you. And when you get home from work, nothing is ready. Because number one, they never started. And if they did start, they never finished. As it relates to your big vision, today is your starting point. Today is the day for you to connect with someone or share with someone the amount of immeasurable, endless potential you have on the inside of you. Today is the day for you to share those thoughts with someone and connect with them so they can learn the wealth of knowledge that you have on the inside of you. Today is the day for you to simply start. Some of you may say, well, I started months ago and I didn't finish. What do? You start. It's never too late to start. And it's never too late to start over. So even on this day, as you're watching this video, as you're listening to this CD, as you're thinking about what you've heard in times past, today is the day for you to start. And not only start, but today is the day that you start what you finish, or finish what you started. So I need you to make sure today that you gain the information, gain the wisdom about building about building big vision. I need you to make sure on today that you see the picture as big as you need to see it. And then from there, I need you to make sure that you start and you get a good grip on what it is that you want to accomplish and finish that task. Don't allow it to sit on a table. Don't allow it to collect dust. Don't allow it to sit and just brush away, or you push it under your bed, or you throw it away with the trash. No, the amount of vision and wisdom that you have on the inside of you is enough to change the world. Whatever you need is on the inside of you. So today is the day for you to start. Put it on paper. Write it down. Connect with someone that does what it is that you seek to do. I always tell individuals there are two types of people that you always want to surround yourself with. Number one, surround yourself with someone that's doing what you aspire to do. Number two, surround yourselves with people that provide some type of mutual exchange of reciprocated energy, to where when you walk in the room, their baby jumps. Or when they walk in the room, your baby jumps. You want some type of energy reciprocated between you and the room, or the group of people, or at least one person in the room. You want to make sure that there is energy and there's a mutual exchange of that energy. Surround yourself with people like that. you'll find out that there are big visionaries everywhere around you. You're surrounded by visionaries. You're surrounded by people that are doing great things. And I believe if you take these tools and you take everything you've heard today, you'll be able to build big vision. So let's go back over it real quick. 7 keys to building big vision. 7 keys. We talked about Nehemiah. Nehemiah, the basic story, talks about him wanting to build a wall or rebuild a wall. He went out and got permission. He went out and created teams, and then they got on the wall and they saw it being done. And I didn't even tell you this, but the wall got built. So what that tells you is that your vision will come to pass. Your vision will happen, but you have to stay to it and stay at it every day. So the 7 keys we talked about today is, number 1, you must have vision. You must have something that really just keeps you alert. It keeps you on your toes and doesn't allow you to settle for less. Why settle for less when greatness is a standard for your life? So I dare you to push out that vision. Push out that idea. Push out the information on the inside of you that's going to make an impact everywhere around the world. Number 2, you have to establish relationship. Nehemiah went out and he sought out the advice of the king. And he wanted to get permission from the king to go out and rebuild this wall. So number 3, he created teams and he delegated responsibilities. If you create teams the right way and you delegate responsibilities the right way, you will see that everyone will stay in their lane. You won't have friction. You won't have people coming across each other the wrong way, or you won't have traffic jams, but everything will flow freely. That's the best thing about building big vision and creating teams and delegating responsibilities. Number 4, beware of vision killers. Man, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. And I hate the term haters, but they're there too. They're there to distract you, deter you. Their vision killers are sent to discredit you. But you have too much going for you to concentrate on what they're saying. So beware of vision killers. I love it. It's the best part of the story to me. Nehemiah was on the wall, and he saw that he was doing a great work. So once he got on top of the wall, the people came in, and they wanted to see what they can do to bring Nehemiah down the wall. So from there, they said, Nehemiah, come down from that wall. Let's go do this. Nehemiah, come down from that wall. Let's go do this. And Nehemiah simply told them, why should I come down when I'm doing a great work up here? So you have to make sure that you're doing a great work. Make sure you beware of those vision killers, ones that come in and try to distract you. And number 5, maintain momentum throughout the process. Maintain momentum throughout the process. The same energy it took for you to get into the process is the same energy it's going to take for you to go through the process. Excuse me. Number 6, believe in the vision and believe in the process. Believe in the vision and believe in the process. A lot of times we have a lot of ideas and we have a lot of vision, things we want to accomplish, things that we want to do, but you want to make sure that you believe, number 1, in yourself to be the one to carry out that vision, and then believe in the process. Don't skip steps. Don't skip around. Don't look for the hookup, but go through the entire process and go through well. And the 7th key is this: finish what you start. Finish what you start. You never want to get to a place where you wonder years from now, oh man, I wish I would have went to school, or I wish I would have finished school, or I wish I would have done this. Those days of wishing, the woulda, coulda, shoulda, those days are long gone, because you are a finisher. And I need you to make sure that everything you put your hands to, everything that you start, I want you to finish it. And just like you go through the process well, finish it well. These are 7 keys to build big vision. These are 7 things that I believe you can use just as Nehemiah did to build that wall. These are 7 things that you can use to make sure that your vision becomes a reality. I hope that somewhere in this lesson, in this impartation, this presentation, I hope that somewhere you've heard something that will propel you to achieve and attain a greater level of success. I believe that if you really look at the vision and the things that you want to accomplish in life, you will see that you can do it, and you can do it well. You can accomplish it, you can finish it, you can build it, you can make it. I believe in each person that's listening to this CD or watching this DVD. I believe on today that you have enough on the inside of you to simply make it happen. My name is Torre. I hope that somewhere along the line I've said something to educate you, to empower you, to assist you with being able to go out and engage in multiple sectors and engage in multiple areas of life. I want you to make sure that from this day forward, you maximize every moment of divine opportunity. My name is Torre. Thank you so much for your time.